Shiv Sena UBT chief Uddhav Thackeray and Maharashtra Nirman Sena chief Raj Thackeray now will be seen in a joint rally in Worli today. Now the victory rally titled Awaj Marathicha, Voice of Marathi was planned by the two parties together after the ruling Mahayuti government led by CM Devendra Fadnavis rolled back its decision to make Hindi mandatory as a third language in the state's primary schools recently. Now this comes after strong opposition from both Raj and Uddhav and intellectuals from civil society. Now it has been observed in political circles that the Thackeray cousins uniting over a common cause could also set the stage. Right now visuals showing you the two cousins reuniting. Political union being visible on your screen. Now both the parties have pulled out all the stops to put up a strong show of strength, which is now being held at NSCI Dome, Worli. Visuals on your screen showing you the reunion of two cousins coming together after 2 decades. Both the leaders putting up a strong show of unity here on the stage. The victory rally, titled as The Voice of Marathi, was planned by the two parties. And this is after the ruling Mahayuti government rolled back its decision to make Hindi mandatory. Language row reuniting the two cousins. Both the leaders have shown strong opposition to the decision taken by the CM of making Hindi mandatory as a third language in the state's primary schools recently. And now both of them putting up a strong united front after nearly 2 decades coming together and sharing a stage. All right, my colleague Neha Bhan is joining me on the story. Neha, how do you look at this political development? Two cousins reuniting for a language row nearly after 2 decades.
Right, Ishita, after, like you said, after 2 decades of political estrangement, now Uddhav and Raj Thackeray have finally reunited on one stage under one cause. The cousins who really once led rival Sena factions came together at Mumbai's NSCI Dome, and this visual that we're watching on our screens will really go down in history as, these cousins really have now come together after 20 long years. And also, it's important for us to understand that Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray are first cousins. They're both grandsons of Shiv Sena founder Bal Thackeray. So what had happened in 2005, a major power struggle basically led Raj Thackeray to leave Shiv Sena and start his own party, the Maharashtra Nirman Sena, in 2006. They haven't shared a stage publicly since a bipoll campaign in Malvan that year. And now what we're watching on our screens, as I said, that it will most certainly go down in history as one of the most politically charged up moments that we're watching right on our screens. What really brought them together was a controversial 3-language policy that was introduced by Maharashtra's ruling alliance in April, which made Hindi mandatory as a third language for school kids in class 1st to 5th. Now this sparked fierce opposition from both Thackeray's, who decided that it's better to come together for a cause and send out a united message, send us a united front, send out a message that nothing comes before Maharashtra. For the sake of our state, we are even ready to keep our political differences aside. That was the message that was sent by Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray. And now if you have to speak about what really will happen next, facing united protests, the government rolled back the policy in late June, making it optional, and eventually, they withdrew both resolutions entirely by the end of June. They'd originally planned a massive protest on the 5th of July, but then after the Maharashtra government decided to roll back the policy, the duo decided that we will transform it into a victory rally, which is literally named Awaj Marathicha, which means that, as I said, that a triumph for Marathi pride. So this current rally is being held at NSCI Dome, Worli. We are seeing a sea of supporters, a sea of people have come to really, witness this historic movement. No party flags, symbols were really allowed on stage, which is emphasis that for us, Maharashtra comes first, the people of Maharashtra come first, and, politics can really take a back seat when it comes to the people of Maharashtra. We're seeing, it really matters. It shows the sheer political weight of regional identity in Maharashtra. And also, this is not a very good message for the ruling BJP as well, given that, it also signals a thaw in the hardened Thackeray rivals, potentially reshaping alliance before upcoming local body and BMC elections as well. In fact, I believe we also have Ishita, my colleague, with us. Let's quickly, you can toss it over to him and he can share more details since he's there at the venue. Over to you.
All right. Now, my colleague Sandeep Kumar is joining us on the broadcast. Sandeep, you're present at the location. It's a historic moment politically, two cousins reuniting after 2 decades. What kind of messaging is being sent out here? And also, what kind of political implications could this event have?
Yeah, as far as this togetherness of, the brothers coming together on one stage is concerned, it started for Marathi language, and in fact, since this, controversy regarding, imposing Hindi in started, Uddhav Thackeray started making statements that in case if, whatever is there in the mind of the people of Maharashtra, that will happen, and we are making efforts for it. So indications were already made from Uddhav Thackerays side that he is in fact willing to, get Raj Thackeray aligned with him or get him into a kind of an alliance. But at this point in time, when we speak to MNS workers, in fact, they are not, happy with the fact that the Uddhav camp or Raj Thackeray is coming together. In fact, I've been speaking to my sources, various sources in MNS. Definitely, remember, at the point when Raj Thackeray had left Shiv Sena, at that very point, it was Uddhav Thackeray who was made responsible for all the drama that happened and which led Raj Thackeray to leave Shiv Sena. In fact, it was Raj Thackeray who wanted to be the working president or someone who wanted to carry forward the legacy of late Bala Saheb Thackeray. But ultimately, this didn't happen. And that is the reason he formed the MNS party and, in fact, came a long way. Although he has no MLAs at this point in time, but definitely he's a past leader. He has a lot of people in the state of Maharashtra who still support him, and the ideology that he supports is very similar to what Bala Saheb Thackeray had started long back. So definitely people see, a similar kind of image of Bala Saheb Thackeray, Raj Thackeray. But ultimately, as far as Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray, coming together is concerned on this very issue, definitely there are hopes from rest of the party as this could create another kind of a political turmoil, we can say. This could also impact the BMC elections, definitely. Remember, since Eknath Shinde had left Uddhav camp, and in fact, Uddhav was left nowhere remaining with 16 of his MLAs. And in fact, the party symbol and the name was also claimed by Eknath Shinde. Definitely, Uddhav Thackeray is trying to establish his own ground now after, after this kind of a breakup. So, yes, we need a support, and for the same reason, it seems that he is trying hard for Raj Thackeray to align with him. But is this going to happen or not? That is something that we have to keep a watch on, but ultimately, if at all this is happening, then there are a lot of Marathi-speaking dominated constituency in Mumbai. If we talk about BMC elections, and there are people from Uddhav Sena who are on those positions, or we can say they are already there as an MLA or a corporator or an MP. So the Marathi-dominated areas are being owned by the people or the political leaders of Uddhav Sena. So definitely it will be Raj Thackeray who and his leaders also want a share of those Marathi-speaking dominated areas. So is this going to happen or is it not happening? It will be very early, in fact, to say whether this both brothers or this duo coming together in electoral politics. Remember, at the same point in time when we are discussing
All right,
about...
thank you Sandeep for giving us the latest on this story and for putting this story into perspective for our viewers.